So here we are, Shay Garage 08. And I've set myself up a little workbench. It's suddenly gone all dark. It's going to pour down, absolutely hammer it down. So, what I'm going to do is have a little play with the options plug that's underneath the seat. And my stuff's flying around already. So, what are the things that we've got? I've got a picture here of the terminal that's required. And that's what it looks like. And it's 23.5mm long, 8mm high, 8mm in length on this bit, 0.6mm high. Is that just there? Or all, I don't know. Anyway, couldn't find those anywhere. Not locally. So I was at Halfords and I found this for £5. A car harness adapter lead for ISO radios. And in here, really looks like rain. In here there's some copper connectors that look and seem to be around about the right size. So I'm going to give that a try. I'm going to butcher this. It only cost me £5. I get a load of wires to go with it and some connectors and the terminals, and somehow I need to take these terminals out. What else have I got here? I've got some tools, pliers and various screwdrivers. I got some heat shrink, I got a terminal clamping tool, I got a multimeter. Oh, it's gonna really blow. Are we gonna get thunder as well? And I got various other little bits for just testing stuff once I think I've actually done it. I got my keys to get into the bike, and I've got my mobile phone to put some music on while I'm doing it. And while it's raining, I'm not going to be using the multimeter because that requires electricity and that has to come from the house via the outside, so I'm not going to bother. Never mind. I'll do it a different way. It's getting all dark in here. And there she blows. So now that the worst of the weather theoretically is over, there might be some thunderclaps coming. Keys, open up. Okay, so that's the seat off. I have currently got an Optimate all connected up through to that, and it's got a 12-volt charger running around, but that's all connected directly to the battery itself. So what I want to do is get into this, and the other thing that I need to get into it, preferably not throw metal screwdrivers at the battery, is one of these little pinch pliers for this. So in here you got the brown plug that's holding it in, so I'll just grab the two sides of that and push it out. Pretty simple, really. So here it is. This is the 6-pin plug. The green is earth, and the red and white, the nearest one here to me, That's apparently the 12-volt socket. Actually, I'm just going to check that before I actually take anything off. Actually, I'm not going to do that first. I'm going to get into this lead, harness adapter lead, and have a go at taking it apart and getting out a terminal. I'm pretty sure the terminals that I want are here on this white bit. They're all in there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 12 of them. And somehow I need to get them out. And I think in here, try and get my smallest screwdriver. I'm going to try and go in above to push down the little tab while the bit is pushed as far forward as possible. You can see that there's a little bit of movement. If I have it pulled like that, the tab is against the end up here or up here, and it's locked up. If I pull it, there. So I need to push it down with that forward to then let it slide out backwards. So there it goes. I'm not sure whether I've got a thin enough piece of metal to do it. I'll get on with this and I'll tell you whether I was successful. Success! It looks like the tabs are actually on the white thing, and they have to be pushed. You have to go underneath them and push them up. So here is my connector, and it needs to be about 23.5 millimeters long. So it looks pretty much about right, but I'll just go and get a ruler to check it out. So 23.5 millimeters long. Where's it at? 2.3 millimeters. That's pretty damn close. I think that might do. That might do fine. The blade, this bit, 8.4 millimeters. And that's 8. Or I can probably get to the 4 if I push it slightly up. I think I've got the right things here, and I'll try them out. In fact, I'll just tell you what this is. This is from Auto Leads, Ultimate Car Accessories, from Halfords, and it cost me £5. Number 905273 or PC2-41-4 car harness adapter lead for ISO radios for car models Suzuki Alto, Baleno, Cappuccino X 1999 plus, 90 plus, Suzuki Swift 92 plus, Suzuki Vitara 95 plus, Suzuki Wagon 97 plus. So I'm going to have a go at taking off, uncrimping these, getting this wire out. Actually, I don't need to do that. What I'm going to do is just cut this wire. I'll leave this wire in because this is just a test. I'm going to link this up to a bulb. So I need this black one. I'll connect that up to the battery negative. Put that in the OP, connect the two different bits up to a bulb and see whether the bulb actually lights up. Right, I've got my two wires that you're going to use for a test. The green one is going to be live, the black one's going to be negative. And what I'm going to connect it to is my son's bulbs on his privacy sign. And at the back here, what he's done, he's 8 years old, he did this yesterday. He connects a live to the red and a black negative to the black. That's lit up. So I'm hoping to do exactly the same thing here now, just as a test. Using this. And I'll probably nick his little crocodiles to do it with as well. Okay, let's attack this OP plug. It's actually quite fiddly. It's not very difficult in terms of just looking at it and seeing what needs to be done. But there are 3 lugs that need to be pushed in. One there, one on that H, and one on the other side. Those 3 need to be pushed in, and it pulls off the top white cap with the black plugs in it. I have slightly pulled this. I'm just going to lift it off and be very careful because there's a little black gasket in there. Don't want to lose that. I can sit up there. So here we go. Red and white is the switched, which I need to check. So, and I'm going to see if I can just plug this wire in here nice and easily without locking it in. It might not lock in actually with... Anyway, let's just have a test of this. Red and white. Let's go into the black socket. Oh, it seems to slip right in. All the way in, and then just pulls out. I'll strip a bit off this, see if I can get it connected up to everything. Right, this is all pretty simple. I have got my live wire that's going to go into the OP plug, red and white socket, connected to a red live wire crocodile clip. The crocodile clip connects to the red live wire for the bulb, and then there's the earth coming out, black wire through to the black earth crocodile clip. The other end of the crocodile clip connects to this end bit. So I've just undone this. I'm just going to slide it under. I think that's going to be fine. I'll just crimp that down. There we go. I mean, this is just a temporary thing. Okay, now this should not come on, this red light, and it goes in the red and white, which is this one here nearest to me. What was that flash? There was a flash then. Well, that didn't work, so only one solution: crack open a bottle of wine and have a think about a different way of doing it. Well, I'm just clearing up, and it turns out I was just putting my son's little electronic thing back together again, and the little red light wouldn't go on. So I put a different bulb in and that went on. So that little flash was basically the bulb fusing. So for that circuit, if I'd had the proper fuse, or if I'd had an inline relay fuse an inline fuse, oh, whatever it is. If it had something to protect the bulb, that might have worked. And in fact, it looked like it did work because it blew the bulb. So it was actually doing the right thing. It just had too much stuff going through. So I do have the feeling that that connector, that terminal that I nicked from a car audio system, and I did hunt around in Halfords for exactly one that appeared to look like the real thing. That could work, and possibly does work. Right, I've had enough now. I'm going to finish up my bottle of wine. Bye bye.